Hi, my name is Saraya, or Raya for short, and I'm the physiotherapist and nutritionist at Stronger Bodies. Today, I wanted to share 3 free evidence-based websites that I often recommend to my clients who are seeing me for nutrition-related concerns, who are simply looking to make healthier, more informed food choices. I'll also include a 4th resource from the Australian government that explains how to read and understand a nutrition information panel on food labels, a really useful skill for everyday shopping. These tools have been developed by reputable organisations such as the Australian Government, the National Health and Medical Research Council, and the US National Institute of Health, and they're great for improving nutrition knowledge and supporting healthier decisions. I hope you enjoy this content and learn something new. The first website is the Nutrient Reference Values. You have 6 tabs up here. The first one, the nutrient reference value, it takes you into, a general overview of this website, the frameworks used, current works that they use to calculate the estimated values, an introduction, nutrients, dietary energy, and a calculator. So that just goes through the other tabs that are there at the top here. The introduction is nice because it's where you come back to if there's an acronym that you don't know what it stands for, and then the uses. So, okay, I've got that acronym in the calculator. What does it mean? And then, is it applicable to me? So we might all be familiar with recommended dietary intake, which is your RDI. There's some other ones as well that people don't know about. Next tab is your nutrients. So click on one. Protein. It gives you more information about protein and why it's important. Some rationale here as to, for younger people, older aged adults. What else? How it changes during different life stages. So pregnancy, lactation, and some resources there. I like this one for the vitamins and minerals because a lot of people don't really know too much about particular vitamins and minerals. So, for example, biotin. What is biotin? You can read about it, read why it's important through different life stages as well. So I like that for a bit of background information. You've got your chronic disease tab up here. A bit about, the impacts of if you're deficient in a particular vitamin or mineral, or even macronutrients such as protein. That's a big one, and fats. So now let's go to the calculator. I'm going to pop in an example client. So a 30-year-old male. We want to know protein. Let's go. Might be a bit deficient in vitamin D. I want to know is iron and magnesium. Press submit. And then it will compute based on age and gender those micronutrients and macronutrients that we've selected. So it gives you your age range, your gender, and your values here. So RDI, recommended daily intake, through here, and your upper limits. And then estimated average requirement there. Not all of them have each bit of information, so it is more of a range. And so let's go maybe a 32-year-old female, and she's pregnant. And we want to know water, fiber, protein. I go submit. And once again, it calculates and gives us that information and those ranges there. So as you can see here, pregnancy, the limit does increase slightly compared to women of a similar age who aren't pregnant. For example, like iodine goes up as well, iron goes up. and protein goes up. Definitely water. The last tab is resources. Can't say I've ever downloaded and read these documents, but it's there if they're of interest. Glossary. Glossary is nice because, like I said, if there's an acronym there that you're not sure about, you can quickly open this as a new tab and go from there. And that's the first website. The next page is a dietary supplement fact sheet. It has many vitamins, minerals, herbs, botanicals, probiotics, and more outlined here with more information for the consumer. So let's pick an example to go through. Let's go through carnitine. That's a common sports supplement. So this is the general information that it will give you. I like this site because it tells you what foods naturally provide that particular supplement or what you're looking at, which is nice if you didn't want to go out and purchase a supplement to take, if you wanted to increase the foods that you're taking for that particular vitamin, mineral, supplement, etc. It also tells you a little bit of the effects of that particular vitamin, mineral supplement you're looking at on your health. And some information about if it can be harmful, etc. So you could always click here. Can carnitine be harmful? Let's look at a different example. Maybe one everyone's familiar with. So we'll go iron. So if you click I, we could search it this way as well. Let's go iron, consumer. Tells you a bit about iron, what it does, why it's important, and then once again, what foods naturally provide the mineral. Dietary supplements available, so more information about that and the different types, so gluconate, citrate, and sulfate. What happens if you don't get enough iron? Effects of low iron on health, and can iron be harmful? So overall comprehensive information about the supplements that you're taking or vitamins, minerals that you want more information about. Let's go. I like this too because it has particular conditions. So let's look at osteoarthritis. Gives you more information about osteoarthritis. And nutritional approaches as well. So that could be quite resourceful for someone who's been diagnosed with a particular condition like osteoarthritis. You want to change your diet and you're not sure where to start. I'd always say consult your healthcare practitioner first, so your GP, dietitian, nutritionist, etc. But if you wanted to do your own research, then this would be a nice place to start. The next website, you can search your medication that you're on and it computes any deficiencies that you may be experiencing. Here are some common medications and we'll go to metformin. That's a common one. So you click on metformin and then it gives you the two results that you may be deficient in: folic acid and vitamin B12. Here it links 3 studies that show the side effects and deficiencies of metformin. So that's an example there with folic acid, and another one here, 14 studies with vitamin B12. It's also got an evidence rating scale because, as you can see, we've got B, B, D, Bs, a few Ds, but nothing less than that. So the evidence rating scale shows you, obviously, A is the highest quality of trials and studies, and D is the lowest, and NA insufficient. So that's nice to know as well. So for example, here, vitamin B12, there's 3 higher quality studies and multiple lower quality studies. So take that as you wish, but that information's there, which is quite interesting. Do another one, amoxicillin. 5 studies here impacting the microflora in the gut. Pick another one. Gabapentin, so folate and vitamin B12. The last resource is How to Understand Food Labels. It was created by the Australian government at eatforhealth.gov.au. I like this, and I encourage clients to take this as a hard copy, keep it up on your phone or a printout when you're doing your grocery shopping and you have 2 products that you're comparing. So great for comparisons. Also, if you bring up Woolworths online, Coles online, wherever you shop, and compare the nutrition label online before you get to the shop, and then use this resource to help with that comparison and decision-making process, I find that that's less intense or less stressful when you are at the shop. So that's an option that you could do when you're comparing 2 different foods, or seeing if the foods that you're consuming, how they stack up according to this document. So it goes through fat, sizing and what a serving size means, about your fiber, ingredients, a little bit about ingredient list, sugars, and this is really useful, the other names for added sugar that people don't realize, that companies can call sugar different things. And sugar, that simple fact that sugar comes in different forms as well, so they are allowed to call it different things. Salt gives you a nice tip there. Food with less than 400 milligrams per 100 are good, and less than 120 per 100 is best. Other names for high salt ingredients: baking powder, celery salt, garlic salt, etc. So once again, nice for that comparison or assessment into the foods that you're currently consuming. So let's put this all together now. So let's say we've got a 25-year-old male, he's jumping online and he wants to make sure he's having enough fiber, because let's say he's consuming a lot of protein, he wants to improve muscle mass and reduce fat mass. But in saying that, he's noticed some issues with his bowel habits and he wants to make sure he's having enough fiber. So he's a 25-year-old male. We'll scroll down, tick what we want, which is dietary fiber. And we know water and fiber go together, so we'll tick water as well. So men, 19 to 30 years, 30 grams of fiber a day. Water, 3.4 litres per day. So he might jot this down and make sure that he's consuming enough fiber and having enough water a day. He might then jump across to the dietary supplement fact sheet and look at fiber. So he saw that there's no fiber here. So what he might do is research common fiber supplements and then come back to this. So I know might go to Psyllium, helps with bowel movement. So let's have a look. So that didn't work, so let's go probiotic. So he decided he's going to take a probiotic. He's going to read, and he might say, okay, well, let's add some fermented foods into my diet to help with my bowel issue. He tries that. It does help, but he wants an extra kick, so he's going to get a supplement. So reads on about what kinds of probiotic dietary supplements are available. Right. It's going to jump onto a common pharmacy and Google probiotics and choose his probiotic of choice. Now he's going to jump across to the nutrient depletion website. I've already popped this in. So this is a common ADHD medication that this 25-year-old man is on. He wanted to make sure that this medication wasn't contributing to any bowel issues. And as he found by searching it, there's no nutrient depletions. So nothing was impacting the microflora in his gut by taking this medication. And he was also interested. This is the only medication he's on. He wanted to know more about it. Now he's going to jump across to the food label, and let's say he's got a protein bar that he takes, and he wants to make sure that that protein bar has enough fiber. So he's going to have a bit of a read here. So not all labels include fiber, but he's got two supplements. Let's say one protein bar has 4 grams of fiber and another one has 6 grams of fiber. He compares, they have the same energy requirements, same protein, same fat, same carbs. One has more fiber. Because of his gut issues that he's concerned about, he's going to opt for the protein bar that has more fiber. And so that's an example of how you would link each website and the food label resource to help you make informed decisions. Our next case example is a 35-year-old female, and she's pregnant. So she's going to type in, she's definitely not 355 years old, she's 35 years old. If she was 355, I'd love to know her secret. And she's concerned with low iron, so she's going to select that. And she's got her range here. Now she's going to jump across to the dietary supplement fact sheet, and she's going to search iron to inform herself about iron supplements. She reads and sees here that there's only certain foods that she can consume being pregnant that's high in iron, so she'll make those changes accordingly within her diet. Just a bit of a read. Now, she is on a particular medication for reflux during pregnancy, and it's this medication. There's 4 studies here, and there's high levels of studies showing that iron, this medication can cause iron depletion. So this lady, she's going to go back to her GP. She's got, let's say, a doctor's appointment tomorrow. She informs GP that her recent blood tests show that she's low in iron and she's on a medication that is known to cause anemia and iron depletion. So she raises that with her GP and has that conversation there. Now the next resource, the food label. Now for this 35-year-old lady, she also wants to make sure she's having enough fiber to promote healthy bowel motion while being pregnant. So like the other example we used, she's going to compare fiber between 2 products, and she will opt for the product that has slightly more fiber based on her particular goals and wanting to continue healthy bowel motion during pregnancy. Because as we know, healthy bowel motions during pregnancy reduces strain on the pelvic floor. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something useful out of it. If you have, pop in the comments what you found most interesting and if you're going to use this resource for yourself. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are.